Hello, folks. Welcome to the Nateland podcast. Thank you to Vuori for sponsoring Nateland. Get yourself some of the most comfortable and versatile clothing on the planet at vuoriclothing.com/Nate. Not only will you receive 20% off your first purchase, but enjoy free shipping on any U.S. orders over $75. Also, hello, folks, to our friends at Helix Sleep. Nervous about buying a mattress online? Don't be. Helix Sleep has over 12,000 five-star reviews for a reason. Their 2-minute sleep quiz matches you with the mattress that is a perfect fit. Plus, you have 100 nights to try it out risk-free. Helix is offering up to $200 off all mattress orders and 2 free pillows for our listeners at helixsleep.com/Nate.
Life is busy and your well-being is important. Athletic Greens makes it so easy to get the vitamins you need every day with just one scoop. I had mine this morning. I have it every morning. It's a great way to start your day. And Athletic Greens is now giving you a free 1-year supply of immune-supporting vitamin D and 5 free travel packs with your first purchase. The year is halfway over. It's a good time to get going on this. Visit athleticgreens.com/Nate for a free 1-year supply of vitamin D and 5 free travel packs with your first purchase. That's athleticgreens.com/Nate.
And finally, Nateland is brought to you by Babbel, Language for Life. Right now, save up to 60% off your subscription when you go to babbel.com/Nate. That's BABBEL.com/Nate for up to 60% off your subscription.
All right, let's go, folks. Welcome to the Nateland podcast. As always, Brian Bates, Aaron Weber, Dusty Slay. We're excited to have Dusty still here. What if we, because we're having to pre-record this one, so what if we fire you and then next week you're not?
I mean, well, this will be a good out.
Yeah,
this episode.
So you're out of the, but then because the next week will be live, right?
What if he's already out?
Oh yeah. What if you're already out?
And then this is awkward.
Oh, like so, there'll be an episode in between.
Yeah.
We'll see if he makes it through this episode.
Yeah, we're gonna find out.
It's episode by episode.
Yeah, we got paycheck by paycheck.
Yeah.
Let's start off with you guys' comments. Chuck Mulliken. Chuck Mulliken or Mulliken? Mulliken sounds good.
Mulliken?
Mulliken. Oh, yeah.
I like Mulliken.
Chuck Mulliken.
I like Mulliken because it sounds like a mulligan.
Mulliken.
That'd be a great golf name.
If your last name is Mulligan?
Yeah, another mulligan of mulligan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a lot of jokes there. My daughter refers to this podcast as what dad listens to when he doesn't want to think.
There you go.
I like that.
Yeah.
That's what we want to be.
Mm-hmm.
That's all we want. Keep your, trying to keep you on my level. So when I take over the world, I've made everybody dumb as me.
Yeah.
I see
Tricked
smart. Tricked them.
Yep.
Go ahead, put your hat on.
Like a Luke Wilson.
What is that hat?
It was a Chattanooga Lookouts.
Oh,
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
You just threw out the first pitch, their game.
I did.
Oh, yeah.
I threw out the first pitch. Yeah.
Oh, I saw the picture. It was good. Did you get to practice it?
I did. Yeah, there was a batting cage where I got to throw a little bit
It was a
beforehand.
good pitch.
It was all right.
Yeah.
I felt good
Yeah.
about it. A little movement on it, a little
Yeah.
speed.
Did you feel nervous?
Well, I was nervous because on the way there, they called and they said there's somebody else throwing out the first pitch too. And you can see him in the video. He's standing very politely next to the mound. It's Memorial Day weekend. So they have a local war hero
Yeah.
to throw out the first pitch with me. And so I meet him. He's very nice. He's wearing all Navy stuff. And they read, they read my bio and then they read his. And he got standing O from the crowd. The place is going crazy. I mean, he fought in Vietnam. He's got all kinds of medals and awards and stuff. My pitch was a little better though.
You think
did he make a good pitch?
I mean, it was good for his situation.
Yeah. For a guy that did stuff for this country, actually. Yeah. Dusty, go ahead.
You think they were like oh, we booked this guy Memorial Day. And then they
Yeah.
were like, and they realized it was you. And they go, well, was he got any military
Yeah.
that we could work with? And they kept digging. Oh, did he donate
Yeah.
to the military? And they just keep digging. They're like, we got to get a military guy.
Yeah, we got to get
Salvation.
it.
But based on this bio, we can't let this guy go. This may
Yeah.
be the best thing going for him right now.
First up, gout survivor Aaron Weber. And then you got line drive one. It's good for you. Now, the reason we're free.
That's what it felt like.
Yeah.
All right, now that the clown's out of the way.
yeah.
I had a little joke in my bio that got a legit pop from the crowd.
Yeah.
It felt good.
Yeah.
Little line.
What was it?
I said he's a stand-up comedian, he's whatever, but his baseball career was cut short in 2004 due to a lack of athletic ability.
All
Just
right.
something simple, got a big pop,
Yeah.
felt good,
Yeah.
you know, and then I got out of the way and the hero got a standing out.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
it was
Little
short-lived.
laugh. They go, oh, it's fun. You know, what's this guy's doing? Because you can watch him feature all weekend at the Chattanooga.
I was headlining.
Oh, you're headline. This next the guy filling first pitch out, he's going to be doing the announcements at Chattanooga Catch all weekend. If you want to go watch that, get there early so you can hear him. Tim McPherson, watching y'all from Australia. Mate, I can't stop laughing every time you say dead gummit. Keep it up, guys. Like a lot of other listeners, I've got a stressful job, and I watch Nateland because I don't have to think. Just fun stuff. Most of it's so incorrect. It's hilarious, but no thinking required. No inappropriate stuff, so I can listen anytime I want. No politics, whatever. It's such a de-stressor every day. Dead gummit. Dead gummits are good. We're bringing that back.
That gummick is good.
Dead gummit's good. Australia. Look at that. Micah Wimberly. I saw Brian open for Nate a few years back in Dallas. Nate was great, but I walked away that night mostly talking about Bates. Love your stuff if it keeps getting better.
All right.
Whoa.
Look at that.
How about that, dude?
There you go. Threw that one in.
Yeah. Full disclosure, she didn't send that to the podcast. That was just me personally, but I wanted to put that on there. So.
All right.
Oh, she did?
She didn't want to put that out in public.
Yeah.
Is that what you mean?
She didn't put it on the podcast. She put it on my personal page.
Oh,
And
okay.
I just copied it over.
I love it.
Is Micah a he or a she?
Tough to say.
I mean,
So you're just bringing in your own comments?
I just needed a boost, all right?
Yeah. You just go, no, this is, I had someone say this to me the other day.
somebody on the street said they liked me a
He goes,
lot.
someone called me and said, you know, it was great, but I walked away tonight mostly talking about Bates.
I don't get it very often, so I'm going to slip it in.
There you go. Wesley Gay. Hey, Nate, Aaron, and Bomb Shelter. And Dusty. You're in.
Real afterthought there.
And
and bomb. And
And
Dusty.
Dusty. I just want to let you know that Aaron is now a source. For my final speech of high school, I decided to base my speech off of Aaron's TED Talk about failure. Aaron helped me get a 98% on the speech. Thanks a bunch.
All right.
Yeah.
How about that? Didn't use Dusty's TED Talk, was recorded at the same time as mine.
Well, you had a hot TED Talk. I mean, I forgot what I was even talking about halfway through. But
Dusty's TED Talk was hilarious, dude. He did, what was it called? We're having
we're having a good time. And then I forgot. I don't know. I'm not good when it's supposed to be serious. So the audience wasn't laughing, and I blanked out, and then I started doing jokes.
Dusty kept going. There is a point. He goes, there is a point to this. I will get to it. And then you like stumbled on a good point. You're like, oh, that's it.
Yeah.
That's what this is
Yeah.
about. Yeah, it was fun.
And so anybody can do a TED Talk.
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
pretty open these days.
Pretty.
And then, so you just went on and you chose failure, something you're familiar with.
Right.
Yeah.
It was about bombing, actually.
Oh, it was?
Yeah, but I guess I tried to make it you can apply to failing at anything.
How long
Yeah.
do you talk?
Mine was about 7 minutes.
Yeah.
Pretty tight.
Yeah.
Dusty did about an hour.
Yeah.
I did about 15. But the girl before me had a whole TED Talk about like pooping in a David's bridle.
Yeah.
And so I go up and I just kind of make a joke. I'm like, I poop in David's bridle all the time.
Yeah.
And they left that in there
So it's-
with no
Totally out of
context.
context. The first line of Dusty's TED Talk is, I pooped in several David's bridles.
Yeah.
And it gets a big laugh, and you're like,
Yeah.
what is going
And
on?
he gets into it. We're having a good time. So Will Matthews. In the last 20 years or so, the WWE has periodically featured celebrities to compete. What? I didn't say periodically. Periodically?
Yeah.
Okay.
Awesome.
It's periodically is what it looks like.
Yeah.
Periodically featured celebrities to compete in matches at special events like WrestleMania. Drew Carey, Johnny Knoxville, Snoop Dogg, and Donald Trump have all wrestled. If WWE approached Nate about wrestling a match, would he do it? And would his match be a singles match, or would he tag with Aaron and Big Boss Bates? And what would their tag name be? I mean, I probably would do it just because it'd be crazy. To do it, I mean, that'd be fun. It'd be just to walk out and feel that would be amazing.
I'd like to be a manager.
Yeah, I would have you. I mean, I would have no damage done to me, and you would be
just body slammed, thrown out of the ring.
I'd have it be just
Brian would be trying to tag out. You're like, give it up.
It would be us.
Nate.
I would have me and Aaron turn on you.
Yeah, you turn heel.
Yeah. And then to do it just mainly for that comment you put up at the top that you brought over from an outside source.
Yeah,
maybe that's why I would do it. I would do it. Yeah, it'd be awesome. It'd be great. Yeah, it'd be just feel that. You got to be famous though.
And then
they have to. You got to. Everybody has to know who you are.
Well, Pat McAfee just did it.
Yeah, but he's in that world.
That's true.
And
he's pretty famous.
Yeah. The people and I think a lot of his listeners are probably the big WWE fans and stuff.
And then Michael Wimberly comes out and goes, I never meant it. It's all right at the end. Yeah. I never meant it.
Because I was saying something nice. Amanda Schweda. I'm recently engaged and would absolutely love him to officiate or just attend our wedding.
Talking about you. So.
Oh. My fiance and I are huge fans of Nate and the podcast. The wedding is next September, so he has plenty of time to prepare. Aaron and Butter My Biscuits would obviously be invited too. And as an added bonus, there will be a candy bar at the wedding, Sour Patch included. Thank you for your consideration. I mean, a candy bar at a wedding. I've never even heard of such thing.
That's pretty great.
That's pretty great.
You get a donut bar at mine.
Yeah. Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah,
I remember that.
Krispy Kreme.
He had a couple of donuts.
Yeah. Yeah, that's good. Yeah. Oh, you come for money like that, you can do stuff like that.
Yeah.
I don't have anything. I think we served make your own pasta. I think that's honestly what we had. And I think people liked it because it was very basic.
Yeah, I would love that.
Yeah. Yeah. I'll see what happens next September. I've never done a wedding. So, well, Braden Klein. Stop reading comments. There we go.
Braden's not a fan, but let me tell you something. That's what a lot of people love the most. For one, they love to see if their garment's going to get read.
Mm-hmm.
And secondly, if they didn't have an outlet to correct all of our nonsense and all our mistakes, I think people would lose their mind.
I get that.
That was the original point. That was the reason for comments,
Mm-hmm.
was to give you, because we're going to say so much stuff wrong. I don't want you to have to feel like you're going crazy.
Yeah.
Or do you think maybe this is actually coming from a place of love from Braden, saying like, hey, listen, you should stop reading these comments for your mental health? It's gotten away from you.
It doesn't matter. I mean, if Braden, again, go look at YouTube. You can move this wherever you want.
Yeah.
I wouldn't DVR a show and just be, why do y'all do the slow parts? You'd be like, then move it to the parts that you want to go to.
Uh-huh.
That's the wonderful thing. I mean, we're reading these ads. I know thankfully, a lot of people, they listen to these ads and they support us. But you're like, I mean, there's so many ways,
It's so easy to skip.
We bookmark it for you.
It's all so easy.
Yeah, YouTube, everything's
Timestamps below.
timestamps below. You see everything. Go, just skip the thing that you want and then get going.
He'd do that. He'll never see us talking about his comment.
Yeah.
He just skips them every
Yeah.
time.
Well, I mean, and rightfully so.
This might really, he might be into it now, though. Now that you've read the comment,
Yeah.
he's like, oh, this is really working.
Yeah.
This works for me.
Yeah. It's always a weird kind of, if there's no outlet, then I guess I can see. Like if there's no well, we can't fast, but when you can go around anything, you could hear just the end and listen to the last 5 minutes and then be done.
Mm-hmm.
Brian Boatwell. I'm a professor. Boatwell?
It just sounds like a name for Brian.
Oh, Brian
This
Boutwell.
is a real person.
Yeah. I'm a professor at a large SEC university, and the conversation on peer review from a while back was just so great. Wrong in so many ways, right in others, and generally just a scattershot. Ooh, that's a beat my own. I didn't mean to do that. Scattershot of nonsense. My parents listen to this. We can't. I didn't mean that. As someone who makes his living in the confines of peer-reviewed science, it just made me incredibly happy. I've recently started a project to better understand why comedy and horror, two things that seem like opposites, go together so well in so many ways. We've got some ideas, but I would love to really know your thoughts. Yeah, I don't know if I even understand what any of that read. So, Aaron, what is all this?
He said he's working on a project to understand why comedy and horror work so well together when they seem to be
Exact opposite.
Exact opposite.
It's extremes. So both are extremes. Comedy's an extreme. Funny stories are kind of extremes. Like even though your story has truth in it, you can exaggerate it or make it. It means you're madder about it than you technically might have been, and whatever. And horror is like, I mean, it's Jason, like Friday the 13th, which is an extreme of someone killing someone.
Yeah.
But does it work well together? I
think
I
so.
don't watch a lot of horror. I always say horror. I don't watch a lot of horror films.
Do you really?
Horror?
Yeah, my wife makes fun of me. Horror.
Yeah, I just say scary movie.
Yeah, that may be the way to go.
Yeah.
A horror. It's like an old southern
Oh.
horror.
The horror.
Yeah.
We're watching a horror flick tonight.
Yeah.
What? I don't know.
Do you say other words that rhyme with that the same way?
Horror. I say mirror.
Mira?
Yeah, instead of mirror.
Yeah.
Mirror.
Yeah.
I think that's about it.
What if
Horror,
you
mirror?
married a girl named Mira?
That'd be tough.
That'd be tough.
She would be upset about me pronouncing it wrong all the time.
But you called her Mirror.
Yeah.
And then you go, and then,
Mirror, look in the mirror.
Yeah. You go, how you doing? You go, yeah, me and my wife Mirror. We just came in and I'm trying to look for a new mirror, a little bit younger mirror. You got them? And they're like, what? They just think you're talking about your wife.
Need a new mirror.
I need a new mirror. This
One
mirror,
that looks
a
a little
mirror
better.
I got is just old as you can obviously see. It's old as dirt. and Mira is holding the mirror. And he goes, this mirror is old as dirt. And I just want to
cracks
get
in it.
a lot of cracks. I want to get a new mirror. This mirror doesn't excite me anymore. And so, what do you got? The guy.
My mom's name is Edna.
Yep.
Right. And her mom always called her Edner.
Yeah.
And it's like, you named her.
Yeah.
You can't get her name wrong.
Yeah.
You can't name her and then not do it.
I think we say her last name wrong.
My
That's
mom's?
true.
No. Yeah. I think my family says your mom's last name wrong.
Oh, yeah.
No, I think we say Bargetzi, and I think it's Bargatzi.
Okay.
But I think we've southerned it.
Oh, I've always said Bargatze. So
Bargatzi.
am I doing it the right way, you think?
Bargetzi. We
Not
say
by the
get.
way you do it, but by the way
Probably
you
the
think
right.
it.
Yeah, most people do it the way. And I'm just guessing. I think we say but I imagine.
There was a guy, Arthur Ravenel in Charleston, and the bridge was called the Ravenel Bridge, and nobody knew how to pronounce it. And they brought him on the radio one time to clear it all up. And then they were like, he said Ravnell. And they were like, are you sure?
Yeah.
And then by the end, it's like nobody was clear on how to pronounce. They were like, I don't know.
Yeah.
He's like, no, it's Ravnell.
Ravnell.
And they're like, Ravnell? And it didn't clear it
And
out.
what was the other one?
Ravenel.
Ravenel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ravenel. Yeah.
You ever see that show Southern Charmed? You ever see that?
It'd be his grandfather.
It's about
Yeah.
That's how I know that name.
Yeah.
Thomas Ravenel.
Wait. What is it?
You know that show Southern Charm? That's like it's like Real Housewives, but it's just people in Charleston.
Yeah, I guess.
One of the guys is of the Ravenel family.
Okay.
And they talk a little bit about that.
Mm.
But comedy and horror work well together.
Yeah.
It's all about tension.
Welcome to Aaron Land. He's got a guest today.
That's
Dusty
right.
Slater talking about the Ravenel Bridge.
All right, little Ravenel history.
In comedy and horror, it's about tension being released.
Oh,
But they're being
good.
released in different ways. So I think that can complement each other very nicely. Back to Nate Lane.
So he gave the real answer over there.
Yeah.
Nate Lane would love to hear about it. I just did that one.
Start it back over.
Braden Klein, stop reading God, another one. He did it again.
Micah Wembley. Brian was great.
Paul Collier. When I was in high school, I was so sad about Taco Bell taking away the chili cheese burrito. I decided one Saturday to write a letter to Taco Bell and drop it off at their company headquarters, which happened to be in the town next to mine. The office was closed, but the security guard took my letter, photocopied it, and taped it to the CEO computer monitor for when they got to the office that Monday morning. It wasn't a week later that only my Costa Mesa Taco Bell location had the burrito back, and I was able to enjoy it for the next 3 years before they took it out for good. I signed my letter, local sports hero, under my name. Maybe Nate should try that for the nation to get it back for good, since he has more clout than me. You run this town. You're the local hero.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Yeah. Maybe I'll write him a letter. I did a Zoom for him, and I told him.
Taco Bell?
Yeah.
Wow.
But I said, will y'all bring it back? And I was, and they were like laughing, and I was just very,
Like what?
yeah. I haven't even started yet.
I don't get why the letter was photocopied. Like, did he not trust the security guard to just take the real? He's like, yeah, I don't trust you to photocopy it. That way, if you don't deliver it, we'll still be able to mail it in.
Yeah. The office was closed, but the security guard took my letter, photocopied it, and taped it to the CEO computer monitor. Yeah.
You think the security guard lost their job? Like, you just going into the CEO's desk, taping things there?
Yeah, just think about every chili cheese burrito you ate. That guy was out on the street.
It's like, you're not allowed to use the copier when we're closed.
Yeah.
And don't come into my office.
Yeah. Maybe Paul, let us know why. Why was it photocopied? I guess he wanted to keep it to, maybe it was to mail it. He's like, I'll just photocopy it. I'll have one. You mail it. Because he's like, maybe the guy's like, let's try to do both. You should mail it in, but also we're photocopying.
Andrew Dorfman, who's an owner of Zanies, told Dusty and I a hilarious story back when he was a comic in the 80s, and he was submitting to clubs. Back in the day, you'd have to send you remember, VHS tapes and like physical headshots, and he didn't have any headshots, so he went to the library and stuck his face in the photocopier. Like face all smashed up, and those were his headshots.
Yeah.
And he sent those to clubs, and he said people loved it. They thought it was so funny and unique. Just his face all smushed up against the glass.
Yeah.
That's so
That
great.
is funny.
I think I know now why he did it. I feel like there was more to it. Maybe he also put it on someone else's desk, but he only had one letter, so they made a copy so he could put it on two.
That makes sense.
Yeah, that makes sense. Did you leave that out?
Yeah.
Oh, you left out the explanation of.
This guy left a long comment.
I mean, some of these comments are much
He's like,
longer.
let
But
me tell
did-
you the story of the day I wrote a letter.
Yeah.
Yeah. When I started, you had to send VHS, and
Really?
I was in that. Did you send VHS? Like,
Yeah.
I'm the older one that I went through that, the VHS and the real headshots.
So you would just send like boxes to clubs and stuff?
You would send the headshots were big. You had to get those, and then my first videos, they might be in here, which I got to give them to Jim Roth from Comedy College. I've been telling him I'll get them. They're VHSs, but yeah, you would get that, and you would just you would mail it to the club or something for them to look at. Yeah, and then it's like I remember it was still like when email started coming around. Someone would still be like, "Well, mail us," because some clubs didn't really know email,
Mm-hmm.
and then you start going like, "But I think email's like a little bit easier to do it, you know, like, and you'd want to like say, can I just eat, you know,
Yeah.
but it's not like I even really know how, or then a website came, you're like, well, just check out this way, you know, and then some would not know. It was, the whole switch was pretty crazy
Mhm.
because you just would see these ways come easier and you're like, you know, it's crazy. And then when you get to like filming your own set on a phone and you're like, I mean,
Yeah.
you'd have to bring a legit camera in.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like when I was trying to send out stuff, they would say you need this EPK, the electronic press kit, and it
Mhm.
would be this, this, and this. And I'm like, well, what if I just put all that on a website and then sent them my website? They would be, people would be like, no, they don't want that. They want to see an
Yeah.
EPK.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, but this is easier. Why would they not just want to click this link?
Yeah.
Yeah. Some places still like that.
Yeah.
All right. Steve Crawford. I was catching up on them during a recent road trip podcast and heard the small part talking about Ted Williams' frozen head. I think it was episode 96. And I thought you guys needed to hear some more details. Apparently, at some point, Ted's freezer malfunctioned and they had to move his head to another freezer. They needed to prop his head up to keep it from rolling around. So naturally, they used a tuna can when it refroze. The can of tuna fused to his head. They couldn't get the can off by hand, so a lab tech took the next logical step, swinging at it with a wrench. Unfortunately, the first swing missed the can, but foul-tipped Ted's head, sending piece of his head flying. With an 0-1 count, he made contact on his next swing and knocked the can loose.
Oh,
That's crazy.
God, that's why I got some pictures if you want to see them.
Of that?
No.
I mean, oh my gosh. I hope Ted comes back now and he's like, golly, dude, what? Where's my ear? And they're like, oh, I'm you don't even
What's
know.
this tuna smell?
Yeah. He goes, I'm allergic to tuna now. I used to eat it all the time.
Mhm. Did we talk about just I can't remember. Did we talk about just the craziness of the biggest athlete in the world going to fight a war in the middle of his career?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. A lot of them did it.
I think you said that's like just Steph Curry just went to Iraq right now.
Yeah.
You'd be like, what?
Well, it's what
Well, Elvis did it.
yeah, I
Yeah.
mean it's crazy, you know, Pat Tillman. I mean, like what he left
Yeah.
his career and like did that.
Yeah.
I mean, it's something. It's special, and
Mhm.
especially back then. I mean, you know, that like they're, you know, I mean, they were just in great. I mean, great. It was just I don't know, different time.
Yeah.
Pretty wild. They didn't go play in a game. Derek Cochran. My dad is a preacher at an Assembly of God church. One service, our keyboard player was not at church that day. It came to the end of the service, and my dad was about to give the altar call. Being aware that the keyboard player was not there, he asked the congregation if someone could please come and play something, meaning guitar or keyboard. A random man, possibly under the influence of something, from the crowd jumped up and went and got on the drums and just started banging out some random beats. It was one of the most awkward, greatest moments of my life. My dad learned a valuable lesson that day to always specify. How do you specify? Man, I was getting started the wrong way, and that's what happened.
Yeah.
That happens in golf. One time you get started wrong way, and you're
Right.
going to get stuck in your swing.
And what you got to do is you just got to step out,
Yeah, you got to
readjust,
step out and go.
specify.
My takeaway is not when I take it away. So yeah, specify. But if you go spee, then you're like, where I can't even where to go. Specify. You can't even. You don't know where to go. Specify who and what to play when asking. That's. I mean, the guy at church was. I mean, the fact that he was maybe on something.
Yeah,
is, I don't know.
influence of
Kind of,
the-
yeah.
Well, I want to know, did no one come? You do the altar
Yeah.
call. Some guy comes up, starts whipping out some beats. No one comes. Like the altar call. Did no one
Yeah.
come?
That
I
would
mean,
make
what-
you want to go for it, right?
Yeah. What if it was
Yeah.
a highly successful day with the drum beats? People
Yeah.
are like, you know what? I'm kind of feeling
Yeah.
it now.
Now,
I think
what
I-
is an altar call? What happens?
That's when you come up and you go, if anybody wants to, give their life to Jesus, come forward now,
Oh,
and
yeah.
then we'll pray with you. Or if you got some needs, or if you just want to pray up here.
So they ask people to physically come to the front
Yeah,
of
you come to the
okay.
front.
Yeah.
It's a real humbling, and people are crying.
Yeah.
And
So typically you'd have a little light organ
yeah,
Mhm.
playing. That's so funny.
Yeah, I
So
mean,
you're
it's
throwing the
emotional.
people a bone, like just because it's a lot. It's a lot to do it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And when you get saved, like that's what you end up doing. You go,
Okay.
you walk up there and go do it.
Personally, this is a small dream of mine. You're sitting somewhere and they go, "Hey guys, the comedian didn't show up. Can anybody? Is there anybody out here that could do a little comedy?"
Yeah.
And then I would go, "That's me.
Yeah.
That's me."
That's you at our rehearsal dinner.
Yeah.
Dusty was ready to go, popped
yeah.
up, did
Yeah.
a set.
Oh yeah.
I think about this when I go to a concert. I know this is so stupid, but whenever I go to a concert, I just imagine the scenario where the act singles me out and goes, "What song should I play next?" I run through this in my head all the time. Where I don't want to pick a lame one. I don't know. I just think that's going to happen. And the last time I saw John Mayer, he did that to somebody in the crowd.
Oh.
He pointed at Bridgestone. He goes, "What song should I play next?" And there's so much pressure to like pick a cool one. I think about that every time I'm at a concert.
What did they
I'm
say?
stressed out. They
Where-
said it. It was a deep cut. People were
Okay,
excited.
okay.
Yeah. Are you how close do you sit?
Not that close.
Yeah. So what's your
Hey,
yeah.
I'm not
What's
saying.
your fear? Is
I'm
like
not
you gotta
saying-
go, oh god.
Not saying it's a
Spotlight.
rational.
He goes, "Am I crazy? Dude, Elton John got binoculars out? Oh gosh, he's about to.
Tiny
Yeah,
dancer.
He does it. You know,
Yeah.
yeah.
it's not
You're
a
like, "Free
rational
bird!
fear.
Free, I don't know. I've never.
I saw Ben Folds at the Ryman, and it was called the Paper Airplane Tour. And what you did was they gave everybody pieces of paper, and you wrote a song request on the paper, made a paper airplane, and then threw it at the stage
Yeah.
just throughout the concert. And then he'd get up from his piano, he'd walk around and pick one up and unfold it and play whatever song that was.
And it was all his songs.
It was all his songs, yeah.
Yeah.
Songs of his.
There's a lot of people just getting hit in the eye and just
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of bad throws going on.
Yeah.
mine would never.
The idea. Yeah. I get it's a fun idea.
It's something
It's
something
something-
unique to do.
Yeah. It's something you need to do. You also just do your act. Uh, I mean,
A comedian doing that would be hilarious. You know,
well, I mean, just
write my
like-
favorite
yeah.
bits, throw it at me.
It's like everything is. I feel like music. There's a lot of that where they're like, we're gonna play. I mean, you just got this safety net of just being like, I can go play Freebird. I can go play any song,
Mhm.
and that you're gonna know it. And then we just saw I saw Kenny Chesney with Dana Shea. It's a big deal. I love Kenny Chesney. He didn't play Back Where I Come From, which is a big song.
Mhm.
And we were in Tennessee. It made me
was it
disappointed.
at, here in town?
Yeah.
The Waffle House murder suspect or what do you call it once they do it?
The killer?
Okay, yeah, he's convicted, the killer. In his sentencing, they it's like what would you call him now?
Yeah.
He's been convicted.
He goes, the hero? I don't know.
Yeah. Brothers. They in his sentencing, his defense argued he's insane, and the defense they had was he would go to Taylor Swift concerts and he would think they were dating and that she was talking directly to him. And they have all these examples, all the stuff he wrote down, these letters to Taylor and stuff. And then I look back on that episode where Aaron shows us a video of him down front and everyone else is singing and he's just staring at her. The same episode where he said he helped her get her groceries in. And I think maybe there's something going on here.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think it's all about me at the concert. I'm a
Yeah.
step away.
You just, when you go to the bathroom where you just keep your hat down and you're like, excuse me. And you're like, he's about to ask me for what song I want to do. And you go, is he? We're in the top section. And he goes, I just don't. When you walk down the aisle to the bathroom, you're just covering your eyes and you just don't. It goes, here we go. All right. I can't even name songs. Back where I come from, I wanted Kenny to play that.
That's how many hits he has that he doesn't even play that
was
song.
a big one. Back where I come from was the big song. Is a giant song for me because I would listen to it every time before I did comedy when I moved to Chicago, New York. Because it was like I was just from here. I don't know anybody there, so out on the subway, I would listen to it, and just it's like a reminder of home before you go out and get yelled at by a German crowd. And I don't know who's ever got yelled at. But in New York, you're performing for just everybody in the world, and none of them want to be there. Jonathan Bailey. Nate, I'm curious if you've ever been called Nate Forgetsy. I imagine a PE teacher yelling, "Hey, Forgetsy," at a young Nate like the teacher on Seinfeld that called George Can't Stand You. Seems like you must have at some point, but if not, I just thought you could use the nickname along with Bop It and Gowdy McBrien.
McBrain.
McBrain. Gowdy McBrain. I mean, I was, you tell me I don't know how to read. So, but yeah, I guess if you want to also pile onto that, you could call me Nate Forgetsy. I don't think no one ever really, I don't remember messing with my name.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Like Bargetzi was already
it's messing enough, right?
Yeah, I mean, you're just this Southern, like, what? Yes, ma'am. What's all right, man? Your name's already like, why are you here?
Right,
It's
yeah.
not,
Mhm.
Smith or Slay.
Yeah, I mean, Slay's a hot one. You know what I mean? Dusty, musty, dusty. You know, I got all those.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
get a lot
I
of.
don't really
Yeah.
mess with Slay, but Dusty
Yeah.
is.
Do you get a lot of people thinking that's not your real name?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think I
because
made it up.
Slay is a comic term,
Yeah,
so you kind of
Oh,
lucked it. You lucked out on that one.
You-
slaying
yeah.
it. Yeah, slayed it. I hear that a lot.
Yeah, like you're Killer Bees basically, but you're
Yeah.
Dusty Slay.
God,
That's
can you
right.
imagine if you said Dusty Slay? If you named yourself Dusty Slay,
Yeah, I mean, if it was a fake name, yeah, I
you
mean,
wouldn't be the
it's-
comic you were.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. I mean, just giving yourself. I mean, Dusty is. I had a joke about it at one point long ago, but like a Christmas joke, a Dusty Sleigh kind of thing.
Yeah,
It sounds
Lot of fun.
Sounds
Yeah.
like a hot joke.
it only worked at Christmas time.
Well, I would do the joke. I would go. I'd say. I forget the joke, but I would go like. I'd say I'm Dusty Sleigh, right, and then I would say. I'd get everybody to say my last name. I'd go Dusty Sleigh, right? It's really early on.
yeah,
And then I'd get them all to say their first name, and then I would go Slay.
yeah,
And then I'd say, if any of the ladies out there like the way that sounds, I was like, I am single. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it'd be their first name and then my last name.
oh, yeah,
And then I had another Slay joke in there. But
yeah,
It was a dirtier joke as it goes on,
Yeah.
but it was a good time.
yeah.
Not really.
And
worth
these
it.
were small enough crowds that you could ask everybody in the crowd their name.
Well, the time I did it, the first time I did it, it was at the music farm, and it was like a contest, and they pushed it on the radio. I don't know if you know the comic Kenny Z. He lived in Charleston doing the radio at the time.
Not Kenny
So,
G. Kenny Z.
Yeah. So he did, it's probably 300 people there. So the first time I did it, like Dusty Slay, like a lot of people said it. It was,
That
it was
feels
a lot
good.
of fun. Yeah, it
Yeah.
felt
Yeah.
good. And then I did it one time at an open mic, and this girl heckled me about it. She goes, "Oh, that was so terrible," and it was like she was the one audible voice.
Yeah.
That I was like, "I'll never do that again."
Yeah.
I can't
Yeah.
ever stomach it. She really pierced right into my soul,
Yeah. Oh,
and she looked dead eyes with me
yeah.
because that was awful.
Yeah.
And I was
I'm
like,
glad you made it out of it.
Yeah.
We love our Helix sleep mattress. As we say, it was unbelievable box. Someone posted a video, I think, right? this
Yeah,
week
that was
Yeah,
really
yeah,
cool.
of unboxing it. That's how fun it is. We have the Helix Dusk Lux. It is a medium support, and everyone sleeps on it. Love it. We've had everybody. Mike Vecchione, a young Mike Vecchione, slept on it last night. Helix Sleep has a quiz that takes just 2 minutes to complete, matches your body type. Everybody is unique, and Helix knows that, so they have several different mattress models to choose from. They have soft, medium, firm mattresses great for cooling you down. And if you sleep hot, cooling you down if you sleep hot, Aaron. And then mattresses great for spinal alignment. Brian, I could see that.
Yeah, yeah.
So if you're looking for a mattress, take the quiz. You order the mattress that you are matched to, and the mattress comes right to your door, shipped for free. Try it out for 100 nights, risk-free. Helix was awarded the #1 best mattress pick of 2020 and by GQ and Wired magazine. Helix is offering up to $200 off all mattress orders and 2 free pillows for our listeners at helixsleep.com/Nate. That's up to $200 off all mattress orders and 2 free pillows at helixsleep.com/Nate. Also, Viore. So this is my jacket I'm wearing today is Viore. I wear it, everywhere. It's a great, I like a jacket on, even when it's hot, even,
Mhm.
outside, but I'm always very cold in the morning. And so I put this jacket on and I just take it everywhere I go. I'm a giant fan of it. Viore is a new outlook on performance apparel. Perfect if you are sick and tired of traditional old workout gear. I had a guy, because I had the joggers on and he's like, "Oh, it's a good little outfit." I was like, "Oh, thank you." He's an older man. He gets it. Viore is an investment in your happiness. For our listeners, they are offering 20% off your first purchase. Get yourself some of the most comfortable and versatile clothing on the planet at VioreClothing.com/Nate. That is VUORI clothing.com/Nate. Not only will you receive 20% off your first purchase, but enjoy free shipping on any U.S. orders over $75 and free returns. Go to VioreClothing.com/Nate and discover the versatility of Viore clothing.
We have all started using Athletic Greens
Mm.
every day. When we started, none of us was eating very well. Nate's eating well now, right?
I'm eating well. I'm down 173. I mean, hopefully by when this comes out, I could be in the 60s.
You could. Man.
Could be wild.
Yep.
Big time.
Yep. But Athletic Green is the one thing I do that is healthy. I start that every morning, have a scoop, and
Get ready to go fight those squirrels.
That's right.
Got to get a leg up.
Yeah, by the time this comes out, who knows what's been going on. But Athletic Green helps me because it gives you energy, recovery, focus. It tastes great, and it's easy to make and drink quickly. 1 scoop of powder with water, shake it up, and drink it. The travel packs are great for when any of us are on the road. You can easily pour it into a bottle of water. Right now, it's time to reclaim your health and help your immune system with convenient daily nutrition, especially with cold and flu season. It's just 1 scoop in a cup of water every day. That's it. No need for a million different pills and supplements to look out for your health. To make it easy, Athletic Green is going to give you a free 1-year supply of immune-supporting vitamin D and 5 free travel packs with your first purchase. All you have to do is visit athleticgreens.com/Nate. Again, that's athleticgreens.com/Nate to take ownership over your health and pick up the ultimate daily nutritional insurance.
For most of us, learning a language in high school or college wasn't exactly a high point in our academic careers. I mean, I took Latin in high school, which everybody who speaks Latin died 1,500 years
That's what I
ago.
took.
So who knows? You took Latin too?
Yep.
Yeah,
Who knows
people
if you're
were
good?
They were still talking. Yeah.
It wasn't a dead language then.
It was the language.
Amore.
Well, now you got to use Babbel. It is the language learning app that sold more than 10 million subscriptions. It's a fun and easy way to learn a new language, a language that people actually speak, a language that you can use. They have bite-sized language lessons that you'll actually use in the real world. I like that it can take you can pronounce words to it, and it'll tell you how dumb you sound. That way, you can iron out those little flaws and speak well in whatever language you pick. They got a lot of different ones to choose from: Spanish, French, Italian, German, Russian, so many more. 15-minute lessons make it the perfect way to learn a new language. It's all with real people. It's not AI generated. This is real people that speak the language. Start your new language learning journey today with Babbel. Right now, save up to 60% off your subscription when you go to babbel.com/Nate. That is BABBEL.com/Nate. for up to 60% off your subscription. Babbel, language for life.
Little
Wow.
extra.
That's good.
A little pizzazz at the end.
A little added on. All right. This week, we are. What are we doing?
Talking about aliens because this is part 2, really, because we
Yeah.
talked about aliens before. But last month, Congress had their first congressional hearing on UAPs. That's what they call them now. They don't call them UFOs. They call them UAPs.
What is that?
Unidentified aerial phenomenon. They think it gets rid of some of the stigma of flying saucers.
And it's a little broader. You're talking about the event rather than the actual object,
Yep.
right?
That probably makes more sense than what I just said, actually, and I think about it.
No, I think they're both,
This is like seems like a WWF WWE kind of
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, like they're like, there's already a UFO.
Yeah.
We've had this for longer than you've had it,
Yeah.
so you got to change it.
I don't think I like it.
Yeah,
I don't think I like they're changing it. I think if you change it, you're denouncing all the people that have seen it before, and they say they've seen UFOs. So you're almost being like, those people are crazy. So we got a new name. That guy's a lunatic. He saw a UFO. Like, those people are crazy. This thing is a UAP. It's like you're taking power from all the people that said, I told you these were all true.
That's really
Yeah.
interesting. I would never have thought of that.
yeah, because there's no need to
That's because
change
you're on the side of them.
unidentified
man.
flying
Yeah.
object.
You come from the man family.
I am the man. I'm the institution.
You're the institution.
Right.
That is true.
Yeah.
What'd you say about UFOs?
Well, there's no, I mean, it's unidentified flying object,
Yeah.
right? That's pretty, I don't know, ambiguous. Is that the word? It's like, you
Yeah.
don't need to change that. It's like, we don't know what it was. And you're like, well, we should change it to a different kind of unidentified thing.
Yeah, that's what I mean. They're taking the.
Yeah.
They're,
I think you're right about that.
Yeah, so from now on, well, we've known about it the whole time. We've known about UAPs the whole time, and we're open about them. UFOs, we never agreed upon.
Mhm.
UAPs are different. It's just a little name thing, but I think that's what.
You can belittle people and condescend to people with language like
Yeah.
that.
Yes,
It's the reason the banking industry and finance, they use all these complicated terms for pretty simple concepts because you
Yeah.
look like an idiot if you don't use the right terms.
it's a salesman. It's like
Yeah.
it's like a way to. Well, this person's like, well, I never heard of that.
Mhm.
And how you going to put an A in there and not make it alien?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, I think are they getting rid of that word?
Alien?
Yeah.
You mean just in general? Because it's
Yeah.
a negative connotation?
Yeah, I thought they were getting rid of. You called them something else, like
Maybe they'll keep it for. We're talking about outer space visitors, extraterrestrials, but
Outer space visitors. You call them that.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that's what they're going to call
That's
They
it.
not
could
bad.
call it a unidentified alien person.
Yeah,
That'd be a UAP.
they could. But
UAP.
they're not there
Yeah.
yet. They want to just stick with what
that.
what's that-
Yeah.
They should be. Who flies these UFOs? UAPs.
Yeah, yeah,
Why not
exactly.
offend alien person?
Yeah.
flip it on them.
Yeah,
So they had this hearing. It's the first time over 50 years. I don't know how Congress works. I don't know who calls the hearing or how they get these people in the room. But somebody, I guess, had enough clout to hold this hearing. And the Pentagon sent 2 people to speak from the Navy. One of them, I think I mentioned on a previous episode, I'm actually Facebook friends with because I went to high school with his wife, and they share a Facebook account.
yeah.
But they were basically like spokespeople and just did not say a lot. Here's what they said. They said there was like 116 unidentified. Now there's up to 400 that
Mm.
they confirm are
Are
unidentified.
you reading this, or you just memorize?
Well, I read it.
Oh, you're looking down, but your eyes weren't at the paper, and I was like, I mean, that's pretty crazy. You've memorized all this stuff.
I try to.
Yeah, that's
yeah.
pretty good.
And
Just trying to see what you bring to the podcast.
yeah.
Uh,
I mean, most of this isn't accurate what I'm saying, but
if
if you act like you know it, then. But a couple of congressmen, spoke up that were really fired up about it and try to get to the bottom of some stuff. So this one guy from Wisconsin, all right, you remember that New York Times article that came out a couple years ago that kind of first really got people going? There was
Yeah.
this government agency that we didn't even know about that were investigating. And they talked about in there that there was a guy who had seen off-world vehicles or something like that. And I'm like, why did we've never heard any more about that? Well, they asked about that. And I guess that was I thought that just happened. That was from 2002. There was a memo that was circulated from an admiral who was in the Defense Department with some contractor. It's called the Admiral Wilson Memo. And in it, they talk about how there's this secret organization and that they've got these vehicles that crashed on Earth and that they're examining them. They're trying to reverse engineer them, try to figure out how they work. And this contractor or astrophysicist, I think he's frustrated because he's not getting the stuff that he needs. And this admiral's like, okay, I'm going to help you. I'm going to help you get what you need. And these are the people I know, and we'll talk to them. And there's an email exchange and there's a memo out there. Now, this admiral denies that it's real. He says this is fake. The guy, the astrophysicist, won't talk about it. He just won't chime in. Now, he did say once that this organization that supposedly shut down is still in existence. They just call it by a different name, but he wouldn't say what it's called now. So anyway, this memo is from 2002, but at the congressional hearing, they were asked about it, and they just said, we don't know anything about it. These people just kept denying they know anything about it. So I thought that was interesting.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's it right there. That's the if you scroll down to like page 2 or 3, you see the actual, or 3 right there. You see that's the actual kind of email exchange of him about helping him get the stuff that he needs.
what is it? The fog of war?
Well, he's saying that's just him apologizing for his delay. Because this is when the Iraq War was going on, I think.
Oh,
But anyway, he talks about in that memo right there about how
that's so weird just to see the fog of war, current business activity, and losing your new email address is all why I delay, which I regret. Like, just to use the war, there's a war. There's people,
yeah.
I mean, it's a serious thing, and just to see in an email, just guys like, you know what, dude? I've just been like the war. The war's been so
A
stupid.
lot of paperwork with the war.
It
going
goes
on.
just like I don't even know where I'm at anymore.
Yeah.
He goes, all right. Then I lost your email address, and then and then all right. Also had current business activity. I mean, who even says that like that?
And with the alien visits,
Yeah.
it just had a
Yeah.
lot going on.
All right. So, what do you want to know about the UFO crash? All right. So, I mean, just like that's your regular. That's someone else being like, dude, I don't know. I've just been slammed. I got a lot of shows, a lot of interviews, like or something like that. You're just sorry I haven't got back to you. And that version of that for that guy is the fog of war, current business activity. And losing your new email. Anyway, about the UFO.
It gets less important as
Yeah.
it goes along.
Yeah.
War and I
And
lost
I
your
lost
email.
it, yeah.
It's like that he's fogging the conversation just so it's like he doesn't want to let you know that he just
He
lost
just
it.
lost your
Yeah.
email. That's all it was.
Like, what's your current business activity? Because we're building a pool.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that's the memo that if you're going through. He talks about, putting him in touch with
Oh my
name and
gosh.
location of alien reproduction vehicles in Area 51. And
Crazy.
so, the question is that
Is that
real?
the guy you know, Will Miller?
No.
Oh,
The guy that I'm Facebook friends with was one of the people who testified at the hearing, but he just wouldn't admit to anything. He was
Scott Bray. Is that his
Scott
name?
Bray, yeah.
Mhm.
He just, we don't know about that. And then the congressman said, well, will you look into it? And he's like, yeah, okay, we'll look into it.
Yeah, I'll take a look.
yeah.
But with the fog of war, I just don't know.
I don't know.
Who knows?
I got this guy on Facebook, Brian Bates, been dinging me.
Poking
He
him.
does a lot of the video calls. I told you about that time I got a video call from someone.
No,
I
on
think
Facebook.
yeah. It was, have I not told this? It was so great. It's a great guy, but he was trying to call me, and older, and he's trying to call me, and he did it on Facebook, and he doesn't, like, he hit the wrong thing, so he does video. And so when I answered, it's just me looking at the video, and he's just sitting there in his boxers, and he's like, "Oh, hey," and he's just like having to grab stuff. And I just remember, I mean, just the most like no fear of just being like, "Yeah, I'm just sitting in my boxers. I'll just call this guy real fast," and then just to be on TV basically. And he's like, "Hey, I don't know what I'm doing." Like, I mean, there's a ton of it's so great.
And then the other thing the congressman brought up that was this happened in 1967, but in Montana at a missile silo, the Air Force base, a red orb was seen floating over the sky, and all their nuclear missiles became inoperable.
Mm.
And so he brought that up because he's like, that's a threat to our country if there's something out there that can, disarm our weapons.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But again, they were like, we've heard about that. We don't really know anything. They just kept denying that they knew anything. So nothing really came from this hearing. They say they have no evidence out there that it's from other planets. They don't know what it is, these things that people are seeing. But
That's where that's the stuff they feel like with the government stuff. You like these organizations, like they don't work together. Like none of them, like you're like I feel like that's a problem. Like you're like y'all should be on the same. Aren't you all doing the same thing?
Mhm.
You're trying to help, and then they're all like, I don't know if that. Like it's almost they like keeping everything secret, and then it's like a battle between each of them. And so
Mhm.
you're like, well, we're not going to get the answer. Y'all don't want to even tell each other the answer.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
but-
why even have this hearing? It seems like there's not even anything
And
to
is there
talk
not?
about.
Yeah, and is there not like the president or someone up top can't go like, well, then you're just shutting your thing down. Like who? Like why can't they just be like, no, you got to do it, or like you're it's shut down now. We'll go walk in there.
Because they're not, it's because it's not a monarchy, man. This is a government buying for the people.
Yeah, but I mean, they're not.
It's
If they're
kind of
not,
good. I like that all these organizations aren't working together with each
Okay.
other. Then it'd be one big.
yeah, okay, I get. You just talked me into that. I get that. So I get the reason for that. But it's like but if they're not answering the questions of like when this kind of thing happens, you're like, well, come on, man.
Yeah,
we're trying to all work and be smarter together.
Right.
So you got to tell us or help us out, or I mean, you're making your citizens, you're making them go crazy. You're probably ruining people's lives that see something and say something, and then they just get made fun of, and then they get just it's usually poor people that live out in the middle of nowhere, and like you're like, well, they're either all crazy, dude, or you made the stereotype that they are crazy.
This is one of the articles that Brian sent me over. This is the Pentagon. They said they're getting more reports, like you said, up to 400 reports now, because they say that the stigma has been reduced.
Well, what are people reporting? They saw something in the sky, or aliens came to visit them?
Well, an unexplained aerial phenomenon.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, but that it's like that could be anything, though.
That's right.
Well, there's a congressman from Tennessee, Tim Burchett, who said exactly what Nate just said after the hearing. He's like, this was a joke. It was a waste because they put people up there that just aren't going to say anything. You got to get the people who know something that actually experienced them. Put that guy on the stand who was in that memo and things like that. And he said that he's had multiple sources tell him that we do have like a crashed vehicle from outer space. He thinks it is either aliens or it's us that are testing what we found and trying to figure out how to use it.
That's what made it crash. Or
us making it crash? Well, no, he thinks originally they just crashed themselves. And then now either some of those other ones we're seeing, it's either aliens or it's us who trying to figure out how to do it.
Use their equipment.
That's right.
Yeah.
Reverse engineering.
So maybe they're just aliens are dumping their like Ford. We are
like I got an old ship we got to get rid of.
Yeah. What?
Like an old ship they got to get rid of.
Yeah. I misheard that too.
Ship.
Ship
With the P.
And then, but that like, so we're like the trailer park of space, where people are just they're parking their old vehicles in our yards. And that's what the Earth is. And just go like, well, I got to get rid of it. Go dump it, dude. Dump it on those people down there.
Or maybe they're like, let's see if they'll work on it.
Yeah.
This is broke down.
And we got enough boys that could take your head up with us.
And that's why they are going to like these farms and like trailer parks.
That's
because
true.
they're like, they know how to work on cars.
They work on any vehicle.
Yeah.
And he goes, what you got here? Aliens sitting over there, can't speak. And he goes, this generator's. He goes, what, you change the fan out? The fan. I don't know anything about
maybe
cars.
like Boomhauer type people from King of the Hill. I mean, maybe that is aliens. They're like, we can't really get the language, but we'll mess around with it a little bit. You know what I mean? You met a guy before that you're like, there's something about that guy. He's not really from around here?
Yeah.
Oh,
What do you do? What would you do? Like
you?
What's that? Yeah. yeah. If an alien popped up, like if a ship came, not like just to you, but like in Independence Day, where the aliens are like approaching and everybody knows.
Oh, okay.
Are you like one of the people on the rooftop with the signs going, "We welcome the aliens," or are you like in fear?
I'm in fear.
Yeah, I mean it's just I think you just would be there'd be fear, there'd be amazement, there'd be you just don't even know, and you got to rely on yourself. Like a lot of it's like it's probably have a lot of gut feeling.
Yeah,
feel what you feel on the inside, and just be like, I'm gonna go with my gut on all this. Because then if you saw it for real, you got to be like, they've never said they would all deny it. They would tell you that this is something that like it feels like no one's ever gonna tell you.
Yeah.
They're gonna flat out say it to you, and so you just got to be on like a gut, like kind of like. Get everybody as close as you can, your family, whatever, and do whatever, and be like, I don't know the answer.
I do take some comfort knowing I will not be a key player in whatever happens. Alien invasion. I'm not going to be flying a fighter jet.
You're not going to be a Randy Quaid.
No, dude. I
They're
got
gonna be
nothing.
like, what about that guy that threw out the pitch in Chattanooga?
Yeah.
Is that guy
The opener?
around?
Yeah, they got the memorial guy.
Yeah.
Now that guy died already. He goes, but that other guy can do it.
You got a good
He has-
fastball, decent change
he
up.
has to talk to him. He has gout, so he needs to fly something.
If one of us had
he's got a left foot. They just put you in there and they put your foot on the gas because you can't move your left gout foot. You can't pull it back off. It's just like a dead foot laying, and they're just making you drive straight into it. And you're just like trying to get wake your foot up like it's asleep, and you're going, I don't want to do this.
Is it Independence Day aliens or like Mars Attack aliens? You think? You ever see that movie Mars Attacks?
I bet they're like see through or something. Like it's going to be
Like
some,
Predator.
Is that what Predator is?
Yeah, didn't he have a see through?
I
He
didn't
could
see
go
Predator.
see through.
Well, yeah, he could make himself invisible.
But like
a
it's like I
chameleon.
feel like it's going to
Yeah.
be like it's they're
Like a ghost.
like no, it looks like CGI kind of like
In the movie Mars Attacks, I feel safe. In the movie Mars Attacks, those aliens come down and start to kill people, and they kill the aliens with old school country music,
oh really?
and that's what I'm already listening to at my house.
Oh yeah.
I
That's
was going
why.
to say if one of us had to go talk to him, I'd probably volunteer you because if you hadn't been abducted, you at least probably know a guy who's been abducted.
Yeah, I'd like to go. Just say,
Yeah.
what are you guys doing? What are you up to?
What is this that you're seeing this? This is from a movie, I guess.
This is from Signs, the movie. This is what
Signs,
this is always
yeah.
what, maybe it was just when I saw this,
Yeah.
the stage in my life.
Yeah.
This is what I think of when
Yeah.
I think of aliens.
Is there any like supposedly pictures of a real alien or like like Bigfoot, or is it always just like the ships and what they're flying?
I
in?
mean, every picture out there has been somebody's debunked it. There's none that
Yeah.
anybody's saying's legit.
yeah.
There's a lot of
Yeah, the gray aliens. That's the popular.
These
Now-
grays.
Yeah.
There was a movie that came out a few years ago, Arrival, with Amy Adams, where they came to Earth and then somebody had to communicate with them, and she was is it linguist? Is that the correct term?
Yeah.
Mhm.
And she had to go talk to him. But there is like a protocol I read where if they came, they would send a linguist, a psychologist, biologist, and someone in combat to attempt to get a non-violent response from aliens.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
so you need someone that can talk to them on their level.
Yeah, so
I
you
think
immediately
you-
send 5 people at them and
I think you need
Yeah.
a regular
One
old
of them's
person.
jacked
with
with a gun.
The Rock.
Yeah, you need
Yeah.
a good pesticide salesman to go
Yeah.
out. You need Greg Warren to go out, sell him a little peanut butter. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Get him out. You need a salesman
Yeah.
to go out, go welcome.
How you doing?
Let me say, yeah.
He
Yeah, you
goes,
know, you got to talk
How
him
y'all
down.
doing?
You don't send a biologist. I don't even
Yeah.
want to talk to a biologist. You know what I mean?
Well, even a biologist, if you send him, you're like, well, he's never seen that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. So who are
But he's
like,
going to know more than we will.
Yeah, you mind if we get a
Will he?
scan?
about what?
Will he?
Yeah, if it's in, you're like, he's gonna come back and go, I've never seen anything like it. It's not, they act like these people, like they're gonna be level headed enough to go, oh yeah, time's alien time to now. And then you go talk to this alien. You're gonna be kind of like, well, this is nuts. You need a guy.
You-
You need a conspiracy. You need one guy that is like, I told y'all. This was
Exactly.
real."
Yeah.
And that's the movie Moonfall is, there's one guy. And you need a guy that's like,
Not
I believe-
surprised by any of it.
No. Yeah. That's
that's
going to
funny.
like,
That's me.
yeah, that's Dustin.
You don't need a guy that's going to be like, can I get a skin graft?
Yeah.
A little blood sample here? Just want to kind of see
Tries
what
to
we're
put
dealing
his
with.
arm around him and gives him a tack, and he's like, and he goes, trying to get hair samples.
Yeah. The guy that's just going to welcome you in. Come on into the trailer.
Guy
Let's
comes
hang
back.
out for a bit.
He goes, a lot more back hair. I'll tell you that. That's what these, what are these aliens? The back hair was,
Surprising.
yeah. I don't know if it's like because they don't have good padding and seats.
Especially if they show up like with no clothes, like a lot of these aliens. You're
Yeah.
going to need a guy that's got his shirt off, just
Yeah.
really, just some cut off jean shorts.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because all of these aliens, they've all evolved to not need clothes. I've
Mhm.
never made that connection before. They don't have shame the way we do.
They always think that they're the most advanced. What if we've evolved to wear clothes?
Yeah.
Like we go, actually we should start covering up.
Yeah.
Yeah. They
It's
see
just
us like,
appropriate.
Yeah. Like
Just
they always act
pure
like
it's
aliens are more
cold
advanced than
and-
us.
Yeah. There's a chance that we could be. I mean, you know,
But if that's the case, they're probably not making it here from
That's true.
millions of miles away.
I don't know, man. I've seen a donkey get over a fence in
Yeah.
the middle of the road. I mean, why can't? Yeah, there's gonna be some one dumb animal that's gonna aliens
Figure
gonna
it
make
out.
it way. It's you know, you just go and you're like, why are you here?
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe they just meant to go to their moon.
Yeah.
And then they got off track.
Kept going.
They
I think-
showed up, they're drinking.
We're so far away from anything, though, that for anything to get to us, they will have had to have found a way to travel faster than the speed of light to get to us.
What if they pop through a little black hole?
Yeah.
Well, see, what I'm saying, if they know how to
wormhole.
do stuff like that, pop through a wormhole.
But
Yep.
but very well could be an accident though.
Yeah.
They're just out there like they're like, let's
Accidentally.
try to get to the moon. And
You ever
then
get
they-
off the wrong exit?
Yeah, exactly. End up in some town you never thought you'd
Yeah.
be in.
The other day, I missed an exit and had to do one of the turns where the cops hang out in the middle of the interstate.
Yeah.
That's what I just had to do because it was like
Yeah.
added so much time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, sometimes that happens. You
It's
don't
the
think
same
there's
thing.
there's not going to be a mistake where the alien is just like not looking at his, he's reading his hand because your hand's your phone now. He just reads, and then he goes, "What did
I'm
gummit?"
a million
And
light
then
years
he
left.
goes, sits there, and now he's in a farm. And
Yeah.
they're like asking him questions, and he's like,
The
he
fog
goes,
of
I don't
space.
know, man. It's like the me that they talk to of that world. He's
Yeah.
like, my parents, we're not, I don't know, dude. This costs like $8,000 to buy this UFO. Like it goes, I mean, I still got payments on it. I mean, it's just, he's got the same normal problems. It's just like, my parents are going to be so mad. Like, it's like, God, dude.
Transmission got stuck on it. I just could
Yeah,
not.
I could not.
Yeah, squirrels
a
eating
turn.
it up. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, he goes, oh, y'all got squirrels. He goes, they're robot squirrels, but they're squirrels. He goes, I don't know why we have them.
What if that's what's happening at your house? The squirrels
Yeah.
are trying to get that fuel put on their ship.
Oh, yeah.
You never know.
It
You
could
know.
be.
There was for a while, an extraterrestrial exposure law saying that you can't touch anything. It's against the law to touch anything extraterrestrial. And then everyone's like, well, that proves that y'all know that there's aliens because
Yeah.
NASA did this. But this was when we were doing trips to the moon. And they were just like, if you bring anything back from the moon, don't touch it because we don't know. It could contaminate the whole Earth.
Oh. Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah. So it's illegal to touch a moon rock.
Well,
I feel like
still
I've
to
held a
this
moon
day,
rock.
huh?
I feel like I've touched a moon rock.
I think the
before.
moon rocks were
I doubt it.
petrified wood.
Where would you have held a moon rock?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think it's very rare.
I don't
Yeah,
know that.
Like
Yeah,
so
I think.
rare. that
Yeah,
it
I
doesn't
think
even
you.
exist.
I think you'd remember it more than just.
I don't think.
I don't think you just breezing by and go. You know what, dude? I think. Have I been to the moon? I'm trying to think. He goes. Did I?
I think.
You know what? My uncle's Neil Armstrong. That's where it was. Family reunion.
He just carries it around
Yeah.
in his pocket.
Yeah.
That's all he does. You don't touch this one?
There was a woman who said that Neil Armstrong, when she worked at NASA, I think she lived in Tennessee, and said he gave some moon dust to her daughter just for fun, just to take home with her, and then she found in the attic. And I don't know I think they were like, well, that's probably not true. If so, that's worth like so much money.
Really?
Yeah, but I don't know if they went and analyzed it or what. But she was on the news talking about it.
Neil Armstrong just scooped up a cup of dirt.
Yeah, he's always just got a little moon dust in his pocket,
Yeah.
and you're
Hard
like,
candy.
spread
so
it on his
as he's
head.
getting older, he's a little, off his rocker, and you're like, that ain't moon dust. anymore." If Neil,
grass
yeah,
in it.
it's just like understood. If Neil Armstrong comes up and says, "You want a little moon dust?" Don't. He goes, "You don't want that moon dust. You ain't."
He's like, look what I found behind your ear.
Yeah.
A little moon dust.
The I look Omega watches. I looked at an Omega watch this weekend.
Yeah.
And they're the ones they used in the Apollo 13 that they used. They're the only watch that made it around when they had to come back from space. Like that's in the Tom Hanks movie where they were having to use the burst to get back, and they did all the testing. And out of all the watches, the Omega one is the only one that worked. So all the astronauts wear Omega, and they have that's why they have a moon watch. And so it's like it's the same watch that went to the moon.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's kind of neat.
Yeah.
I remember. Okay, so I went to space camp in Huntsville, 4th grade.
Oh, so they have the moon.
And they have a
one.
moon rock, but I
Yeah.
don't think they let you touch it.
No.
Yeah, it looks like it's hidden behind two things. But maybe back then they let you get your hands on it.
A fourth grader.
We threw it around like a football.
Now, y'all have heard of maybe heard of SETI?
SETI, like the cooler? That's a Yeti.
Yeti.
Sorry.
Search for
SETI.
extraterrestrial intelligence?
No.
No.
Okay. Well, probably haven't heard of METI then either.
Is that meeting extra?
Messaging.
Oh.
So SETI is listening. This has been around for a long time where they've just got telescopes listening for any sound from outer space.
Oh, there was a
Right.
movie like that. Was that Contact?
Contact.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a boring movie. My goodness. I thought this was going to
Yeah.
be great. And I'm just like, you're just listening to them listen to space.
Yeah.
I'm like, I have not, you could wrap this up.
Oh, I
Yeah.
loved it.
You could do a thing like, and this much time went by.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, SETI is the institute's been around since the 80s, but they've been listening long since then. There was one time
They've been listening longer?
there was one time in 1977 at Ohio State University. They had a radio telescope and they were listening and they picked up a very large, they call it the wow signal because the guy who saw the readout wrote wow on it because it was so powerful and it came from Dusty.
That's all right. just picture some guys. They've been in there forever.
Yeah.
He goes, oh, finally something.
Yeah.
Wow. Look at this guy. Wow.
That's all he wrote.
Yeah.
He's been listening for 40 years.
Yeah. And then he does it. And then all he hears is like someone go, and he's like, what? And it's like, he goes, you want coffee? I'm making some coffee in here. And you're like, dang. My whole life I've been waiting for this.
This is how he wrote it.
Yeah,
Right
that's
there.
how he
Just
wrote it.
a
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
Exclamation point.
They never, I think it lasted for 72 seconds, but they could never hear it again. It never repeated.
Mhm.
And they tried. But so I don't know what it was.
The alien
And
was
so
like,
they
wow,
had
that guy
6E. What are this? What's
I don't
the
know what
one-
those numbers mean. It's somehow
Yeah.
listening to the radio signals,
Hmm.
but I guess the ones he circled was bigger.
And then do you hear an actual sound or is it like you read the sound?
Well, in the movie Contact, they were hearing sounds, right?
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah.
I was dozing off, but
I don't know. Maybe just the readout prints out, the sound or whatever, but they could never get it to repeat itself.
This cost $10 billion, by the way.
Did it?
wow.
There you go.
What
Well, that
did?
is wow.
What exactly cost $10 billion?
Project Cyclops. Oh, Cyclops is not built, but the report formed the basis. My God, so much money just gets thrown around here.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Oh yeah. No one's. I mean, yeah. They don't even read those numbers. Like one guy knows them.
Yeah.
It's like his system. He's like, I do like ones and for not much, and then I'll throw a 3 in, and then
I
if it
do-
gets crazy, I'll put letters. I do. He goes, well, how do we know it's crazy? I mean, one says 16. Is that like a big number? He goes, 16 is nothing, dude. He goes, if you see a Q, he goes, it's gonna knock your socks off. All right, like don't. And they go, what? Well, can you explain your system to the rest of like the other people? He goes, nah, it's hard to explain. He's like 111 F S, and that was. I mean, I was like, oh,
Oh, my goodness.
I go, what has happened? This must have been a fight.
And then there's METI, which is where
Yeah.
we're sending messages out in outer space to try to let other people hear us.
You up?
yeah, exactly.
And of course, a lot of people think that's a bad idea because we shouldn't let them know we exist because they could come and kill us.
Well, if they have the ability to receive and interpret and understand the message, they probably already know we exist. Right?
Well, that's the
Yeah.
argument the other side makes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It probably doesn't matter. But
But what if they can't find us?
I'd rather get out in front of it and be like, hey, we come in peace. You know?
I'd like to not come in peace. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, let's put it out there that we know you're out there and we're not messing around.
They
You
might
don't
not
think
come-
that's the strategy?
Well, they
I
might
think so.
not come here because they're like, well, I mean, those guys are just killing each other on that
Yeah.
planet.
I know.
Like because they don't care at all.
And that maybe that is the strategy. We
Yeah.
want to let you know we don't care about in-house. We
Yeah.
definitely don't care about
Yeah.
yours.
Look at what we do to each other, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man.
well, one of the first signals they think probably reached outer space was Hitler, the opening ceremonies of the Olympics in Germany.
Well, that's a bad way to
Yeah,
start.
that's getting
Yeah.
the ball rolling. Yeah.
Yeah.
In fact, in Contact, that's what they sent back. I don't know if you remember that. You're probably asleep by then.
Yeah.
but they sent back the
Well,
message.
that's why they don't contact us anymore. They were like, last
Yeah,
time
what
we
do you
got in
mean?
touch with them.
What was the message they heard?
Hitler, I think, was addressing the opening ceremonies of the Olympics in like
Yeah.
the 1930s, and they think just because back then signals were getting strong enough that they were leaving our atmosphere.
Yeah.
So they think maybe the first message that somebody could hear out there would be Hitler addressing the opening ceremonies of the Olympics.
So the aliens show up. They got swastikas. They think this is what they're
Yeah.
into. We're like, whoa, whoa.
Well, then they're going to meet you and go, "We're having a good time."
Yeah.
And everybody's like, "Wait, what?"
That's going to get me in trouble.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be, well, you better take me with you now. 'Cause
Now, a lot of religious scholars and theologians think that maybe aliens are demons.
Theologian sounds insulting.
What do you mean?
I don't know. It just sounds like if you're like, I'm a theologian, you're like, so am I.
We all are, buddy.
Yeah, everybody's a theologian.
Get in line.
Yeah. There you go. What are you asking? Well, I'm a theologian. Oh, you want more butter? Like, I don't know why that makes me think of that. I'm a theologian. All right.
Because in the Bible, there was lots of demon possessions and people were paralyzed and different things happened. And a lot of people here who say they've been abducted by aliens will say they were paralyzed, they couldn't move. And so some religious scholars think they're not really aliens, they're demons, people, demon possessed.
Demon possessed people.
Well, like a demon, the people who saw aliens.
The aliens are demons.
I mean, I think that they think that those that those aliens are like, like fallen angels, right? Like that's what
Well, yeah.
because the angel, they say a third of the angels left heaven with Satan. So those are the fallen angels. So they lost their, their beauty, and now that's why they're these blank void characters.
Okay. Yeah.
That's what they think.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Mm-hmm.
I've
That's
heard.
like, if you believe in outer space, you might think that. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There
Well,
was
I think that is even the theory if you don't believe in outer space,
Oh, yeah.
because they would be coming from heaven and not from just another planet.
Yeah,
Right,
yeah, yeah.
right, right.
there was something called a demon called an incubus.
Incubus.
You
there
know
was
this?
The
Great
band.
band.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
great band.
well, Thomas Aquinas. That's
Uh-huh.
your buddy, right?
Yeah, he's a guy.
He wrote about it, and
You know him?
I took an entire class called Aquinas on Angels in college.
Oh, it's like a book. I
Thomas
think it's like
Aquinas.
you didn't go to college with him?
with Thomas Aquinas.
Yeah.
No, he lived about 900 years ago. But
You do laugh about that, like we all know who that is.
Yeah.
You
well,
got Thomas
we brought him
Aquinas.
up on the
Oh, okay.
podcast before.
I don't
That's what-
remember last week's episode.
You remember
this is
Aristotle?
Nate Forgets.
You heard of
over
him?
here.
Yeah, I'm Nate Forgetsy.
Nate Forgetsy.
You've
You've heard of Aristotle?
Yeah.
Okay, Aquinas is.
Yeah. What it is?
He's a philosopher.
Yeah.
He was a philosopher. Yeah.
But if you gave me, Aristotle's government name, I don't know if I'd get it. Like, you don't know John Bailey? I got Aristotle. Oh, I guess.
John
Yeah.
Bailey.
Yeah, I guess Aristotle. I didn't know. I
You've heard
only
of
know about his stage name.
Aquinas College
Yeah.
in Nashville.
Yeah.
That's him. That's Thomas Aquinas.
Well, I just didn't know. The Thomas threw me off.
Okay. Aquinas.
He said it like, yeah, did you go to college with Thomas Aquinas? He's like, yes, but he's your buddy.
Yeah, I
He's
said it.
my buddy.
Yeah, you're right.
A
I said
buddy
it
of
that wrong.
mine.
They used to his classmates growing up used to all make fun of him, call him dumb. They call him the dumb ox
Mm-hmm.
because he just could not articulate himself very, very well in the classroom.
Mm.
So they call him the dumb ox.
Is this why you look? I'm the dumb ox.
I know. And his teacher, his
Yeah.
professor, who recognized what a genius he was,
Yeah.
told his classmates, one day this dumb ox will let out a bellow that the entire world will hear.
Yeah.
There you
See?
go.
Still not happened though.
Yeah.
I mean, we're talking about him now, man.
Yeah. What was his bellow?
I mean, he wrote the 5 proofs of God's existence.
Yeah.
He was pretty influential. There's
Yeah,
a
yeah.
college named after him in Nashville.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just was wondering what the bellow was. I'm not,
Yeah.
I'm
What it was,
literally.
it was an actual yell. He just yelled one
No,
day.
like it was, yeah.
Wow.
yeah.
It's
Wow.
a junior college,
Wow,
though, right?
it was the wow.
Yeah.
Is it only a junior
I
college?
think so.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well,
They got a pretty good basketball
It's
team.
not bad. Yeah. Any
Uh,
kind of college is good.
Yeah.
I'd take it.
Well, he wrote about Incubus, which is basically a
The
demon.
band?
Well, maybe they were named after this,
Yeah.
but it's a demon that comes to Earth and has relations with women.
Right.
Genesis 6. That's
Wow.
what in the Bible. That's
Another
what that's
great
all about.
band.
Yeah,
Phil Collins.
yeah.
But we talked about the last alien episode, the farmer who, said,
Yeah.
Yeah.
my boy's up
My
there.
boy's up there.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
maybe that was just an incubus, a
Could have
demon.
been.
Yeah.
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 Hmm.
Okay.
And I mean, there's a lot of references in the Bible that some people think are actually aliens, or vice versa. Some think that angels were actually aliens that came to Earth and told people how to live from another planet.
Yeah.
Hmm.
That Abraham was visited by three aliens instead of angels,
Hmm.
things of that matter. The Nephilim was in the Bible, a group of giants that we don't know what they were.
Well, the Nephilim, they say, are like when angels and humans mate, and then the babies are the Nephilim, and then they become giants.
Oh.
Hmm.
That's Genesis 6. That's what that's all about.
Okay.
Man, they
Yeah,
covered a lot of ground
supposedly.
in the first
Yeah.
1 through 6.
They get
huh?
right into
They were
it.
already at
Yeah.
Nephilim.
Genesis is a lot of fun, whether you're religious or not. It's a fun.
Yeah.
It's a get the
Yeah, I
King
mean, there's
James
there's
version.
giants and
Yeah,
there's a lot of crazy
A
stuff
lot
going on in there.
Yeah.
But they were
Oh.
around even after the flood and all that. Because last week or a couple weeks ago, we talked about spies, and I talked about the spies in the Bible who went into the promised land. There were Nephilim that lived there,
Yeah,
and they came back and said these guys are giants,
they said we're like grasshoppers to them.
right? So
Oh, well.
whatever they were, they existed, and
Grasshoppers are pretty big.
Yeah, but if you came up on a grasshopper, that grasshopper had thought, he would think, well, this is a really big dude.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I get that.
Yeah. Do you?
I'm saying
Well,
like ants are one thing. A grasshopper, every time you see a grasshopper, you're like, dang, that's a big. Let me get that out of
Yeah,
here.
but you're not going to talk your way out of this because it was even if a grasshopper, I mean, it was the size of this cup.
Yeah.
You would still, if I walked up to it, you wouldn't be like, oh, I'll take that guy. You
It's
know?
like, I'm not an ant here.
You would go, there's giants. If you were the size of this cup and I walked up, you'd go, there's giants over there.
Yeah, I was thinking about it from your perspective in that scenario.
Yeah.
Like if you come upon a grasshopper, you're still,
You're like, it's a decent size.
you're like, yeah, that's a pretty big for a bug.
Yeah.
That's pretty big, man.
So you're coming from the giants' perspective.
right, of course.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, and we don't get to hear a lot from the Giants' perspective.
That's
So,
right.
Where
That's
is
what I'm
that?
here to
You
do.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
They had feelings too,
They have
Yeah.
feelings too.
and
Yeah.
hopes and dreams.
They're running errands. We're
Yeah.
running errands.
They
Yeah,
gotta-
they're like, we're just trying to hang out here on this land, and
Yeah.
then these little people showed up one day, and then the next thing I know, they were back to kill us.
Yeah.
well, that's
We
what
still don't know how they did it. But
that's what Stephen Hawking said. He said that aliens could come here and we'd be like ants. And I mean, we think we're all moral people, but
Yeah.
if there's an ant in the way of us building something, we're not going to think twice about knocking them out of the way. So aliens could be doing that with us.
They just stomp on us and then just be like, it doesn't matter.
Well, just like you'd be like, why would they wipe us out? But they may be so advanced ahead of us that it'd be like what we would do to an animal or something.
An ant farm.
Yeah, an ant farm.
Like an ant farm just down there living its best life.
Yeah, yeah.
And then we come knock it. But we're just messing around with our planet. Like ants could mess up your garden. They can bite you. They can, I guess we could bite the aliens.
yeah, I mean, we just mess up anthills just so our grass can be short.
Right.
Yeah.
We don't even need to really build anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You ever seen these circles of death that ants can get trapped in?
No.
Where they're just swirling in a circle like that, where they're just following the person in front of it, right? They're
Yeah.
just following, but
Cow to the slaughter.
yeah, and they don't know that they're just walking in a circle. And what happens, they just do that until they die of,
Oh,
just
wow.
like until they're done. Because they just get trapped in a loop.
Really seems like one of those ants should come along and go, hey, guys.
Yeah.
Well, they're
Well, the guys in the middle are like,
They're like, what are you guys doing?
in
Yeah.
a mosh pit,
yeah.
essentially. But they're just
That's-
following the pheromones, whatever, the thing that they follow.
You ever see an ant trail like that and then just run your finger right across
Oh,
it?
it messes
And
up
then
their whole
they're
day.
like, whoa, what happened? You just run your finger across and they're like, what's going on?
Yeah, you
Yeah.
could save these ants by doing that, probably.
Yeah.
But nah, I'm gonna let them die. I don't like them.
I
I-
like
I-
ants.
Yeah, I would
I
save
don't-
them.
I
If I
don't.
saw that, I would, you just
Nah.
put
Yeah.
draw the line and then they spread out
Mhm.
and then they get back together.
Regroup. It's kind of
They
like
regroup.
that word specify. You got to just back out. And,
You got to back out and think about it and be like, all right. Yeah, that's all right.
there's the head of astronomy at Harvard, so kind of an important dude, thinks that there may be a UFO going through our solar system right now because there's an object that entered our solar system from interstellar space. And everyone says, oh, it's just a rock, an asteroid, or whatever. But it's got some characteristics that seem weird. It's shiny, for one.
It's got rear view mirrors.
Playing music.
Yeah.
Rims.
Because I just had never seen that on a rock. Because, I'm not trying to say it's not. I just, it's got...
it speeds up and slows down, which they're like, that's kind of weird for just a rock going through space. It's got some weird name. It's named after the Hawaiian telescope that found it, so I can't pronounce it. But anyway,
coming from Mars, wanting to know why we sent a thing over there. Like,
Yeah.
well, you got this thing roaming around over here.
Yeah.
It's got its turn signal on for, 200 years. It's still not turning.
So there's a thing called Project Lyra or Lyra, Lyra, where they want to send a rocket to catch up with this thing to see what it really is.
Yeah.
Because his argument, how we talked about a couple weeks ago, that we sent Voyager 1 with this gold record and all that outer space. He thinks that could be something from another civilization that they sent that just entered our solar system.
Oh.
And he wants to go get close to it to see what it is. So
brought your record back.
They sent it
we're not a
back.
Johnny B. Good fan. So they want to send a spacecraft to catch up with this thing. They think it would take like 26 years to do it, but
Is it going to come here?
it's going. You mean to Earth?
Yeah.
No, it's just going through our solar system. But that's even our solar system is so big that that's a long time.
It's so hard to think that long term about stuff. If I were working for the government now, they're like, let's go. We're going to launch in 26 years. Like, yeah, get after it.
Yeah.
But
you got to think about how old you are now. What are you, 30?
Yeah.
So 56, you would be there. I mean, if you if every day was your life to do this, and then you could be,
But if I'm out of office in 4 years, it's like,
yeah. But you're not you're like the scientist
Yeah, not
going.
a
Like you're not going to
congressman.
be. Yeah, you're not going to be voted.
okay.
But it's like, so if you're like doing the work for it, and then it would be like, that you probably do other stuff too. But you like, what's your big goal? And you're like, we're going after this one thing.
26 years, so long though.
It's long, but I
I used to feel that way, son.
yeah. I mean, look, he's
I was your age, just to believe you and I.
Yeah.
yeah, that was 20 years ago.
Yep.
Wow.
20, how crazy is that? He's almost able to see the satellite. When he was your age, he's almost there.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, and you are in the exact same spot.
There's this. Yeah, exactly. There's this. You'll appreciate this, Nate. A PhD student who just published a paper that got people upset about how many hostile alien civilizations there are in our Milky Way.
Yeah.
Usually this stuff is in the millions, billions, or whatever. He came up with 4.
For what?
4 hostile alien civilizations in our Milky Way. And he said, I admit there's some limitations because I'm not an astrophysicist. I'm a conflict resolution student.
Yeah.
So he didn't even major in it, but he did his own equation and came up with this assumption that he based it. He looked on how many external invasions there have been on Earth in the last 50 years, how many countries have invaded other countries, and then he took that data and he applied it to the number of exoplanets in the Milky Way, they think, and he came up with 4. There's 4 bad guys out there. And all these other scientists are like, there's probably 1 million trillion,
Yeah.
whatever, but he
Man.
came up with 4. So they're like, it hasn't been peer reviewed yet, but so.
I've never heard about peer review until these last little bit.
Yeah.
Never in my life even heard, is it peer reviewed? And then now it's like, it is being
It's
thrown
every
out.
day now.
It's every day someone says it. And I'm always like, did everybody know about this before? Did you know about peer review?
I knew about it a little bit just from like college papers and
Oh,
stuff.
yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I know. Do you know?
A little bit from a friend of mine who was a scientist.
Oh, you just hear
I
it.
heard it,
Yeah.
but
Everything's now.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really care about people's peers reviewing things anyway. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, your buddy reviewed it.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, it's cool.
Yeah,
This
who's
is
your
cool.
peer?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all good here.
Yeah. Yeah, that is he goes, no, it's peer reviewed. You're like, well, who are they?
Yeah, just people my age, you know, around
Yeah.
about.
Cheers.
Yeah. Hey,
Dusty, take a look at this.
Yeah, well, you want to
Yeah.
go. I know who they got to know who to send it to and who not to send it to.
It's like a friend sending you something. You go, yeah, that's
Yeah,
good.
that's good, yeah.
No, I didn't get a chance to look at it
Yeah.
all the way, but I thought
he goes, I glanced.
yeah,
You're a
it
good
looks
guy. I
pretty
think
good.
you're a
Thumbs
good
up.
I
scientist.
flipped through. But,
Yeah.
Sounds good.
4.
Hope
All
you
right,
get your fun.
4.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
He goes, I think that's better. The other ones are saying millions.
Yeah.
I would rather read the guy that has 4. That's the one I'd want to read. At least he's picking a number.
Right. Narrowing it down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody's.
Yeah.
I mean, the other ones, it seems like everybody's bad.
The other one's like, we know, is basically you should go, I know nothing,
right.
is what the other one should said.
Italian scientist Claudio Macone says there are as many as 15,785 civilizations in our galaxy alone. So only 4 of those are
Bad.
nefarious.
That's good.
Yeah.
Only 4 of them we got to watch out for.
Yeah.
Just 15,000
I mean, but
floating
like,
around out
yeah.
there, huh?
15,000, he's like, yeah,
I mean, it's just so funny.
Yeah.
There's people, they just come up with these things.
yeah.
And it's because it's peer reviewed. It's,
Yeah.
my buddies, we all agree there's about 15,000 societies out there.
Yeah. Is there,
We
who'd
have-
you ask? I asked my peers, and I go, oh, yeah, where do they sit at? They sit at the desk next to me, and we're all just talking to no one and have no life and just looking at dots in a telescope. And we go, that looks like, what is that, a 7-Eleven on that? He goes, am I crazy?
Yeah, we read the
Because
WoW
the-
report.
He goes, dude, are you, he goes, are you kidding me right now? Is that a red light? It just turned green. He goes, I think it's a dadgum civilization out there. Do you mind peering this one for me? He comes over.
I'm trying to get this reviewed.
Yeah.
People will believe it if you review it.
He goes, well, I'm not really a peer. He goes, I think, I'm more of a foe. And he goes, well, I mean, we're in the same room. That doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Is that, I mean, I do agree. Like, what the guy says, how many? 18,000?
I mean, he had an exact number, right?
15,000 what?
15,785
If
civilizations
it gets
in the Milky
specific,
Way.
then it seems more legit.
It is. How do you get to that number? Why does everybody act like there's no aliens? And this guy's being like, there's 15,000 neighborhoods just up in the Milky Way.
Yeah, not only is there aliens, but there's 15,000 societies of them.
Yes.
Yeah.
Just in our one galaxy, and there's millions or billions of galaxies.
And an
And
ever expanding.
Yeah. And they don't know. How do they know
Stars,
that?
planets. You said within our galaxy there are billions of galaxies.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah.
I meant there's billions of galaxies in our universe.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then but we think there's other universes.
Sure.
There's the observable universe, which is all that we know. But
Is
we know
ours.
that there's a limit to that. So then after that, who knows how big?
Yeah, we know there's a limit to our universe.
Of what we can observe. The
Yeah.
observable universe.
So we know, like, if you keep walking, you're going to eventually hit a fence. And there's got to be another universe.
But there's
But maybe
also,
there'd only be one universe. And then with galaxies, so we're the Milky Way.
Mm-hmm.
We're named after that candy bar.
hmm
And then,
that's what they'll have at that wedding.
Yeah.
yeah, Milky Ways.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why would we be named after a candy bar?
Doesn't make a lot of sense to me.
It's better than Baby Ruth.
Yeah, but I it should get its own thing.
Yeah.
You know?
You're right. Kit Kat.
Yeah. When did the Milky Way it got named after when did we call it the Milky Way?
I'd
Why
like
did
to
they
be
call it
the
the Milky Way?
I'd like to
Because
be
it looks
the-
like Milky?
Butterfinger Galaxy. That'd be a lot
Yeah.
of fun.
Ooh.
Because you know what's on the outside, but you don't really know what's on the inside.
The Milky Way candy bar was created in 1923.
Yeah.
The name and taste derived from a then popular malted milk drink of the day, not after the astronomical galaxy.
So when did we start calling it the Milky Way?
So we did name the galaxy after the candy bar.
Well,
Yeah. We might have.
The term was actually used 2,500 years ago. So
a
we've
little
been,
bit earlier.
We've been calling
Yeah.
the galaxy the Milky Way a little longer than the candy bar.
But I think
I don't know.
saying that you named the candy bar after a milkshake seems a little inaccurate.
They shouldn't let him do it just because you're like, man, you're kind of just ruining what we're doing with space.
Yeah.
It really like takes the kind of steam out of it
Mhm.
when it's like, it's also a candy bar.
Yeah.
That's how little serious we take it, is we're naming it as, and it's not even one of our real great ones.
Oh, golly, dude.
You think a Milky Way is that good?
Oh, my
Oh,
God.
man, you hit a
dude.
button there.
Start this podcast
really
over,
did.
man.
You think a
Whoa.
Milky Way is
Milky Way is, man, the number one, in my opinion.
Oh,
That's
no
fine.
way!
I
dude.
enjoy a Milky Way, but number one.
Number
I don't know.
one.
Oh,
Oh,
man,
my
look, I'll be honest with you. I
goodness.
don't know if I've even had one. Saying all this,
Oh,
but that's
dude.
how
I mean, it's,
over Snickers,
it's
dude.
like a weak Snickers. It's
Yes,
like Snickers
over
with no
Snickers.
peanuts.
Yeah,
It's like a weak
dude, a
Snickers.
Snickers.
Yeah, I'm not trying to eat a meal at the candy bar, dude. I want a Milky Way. It's just nice and smooth. Got caramel, chocolate. It's the right texture. It's the right size.
Ah,
It's everything you need. It's
What
everything
was
you
first,
want.
Snickers or Milky Way? I don't think I've ever had a Milky Way, mate. Or people
Snickers
get
galaxy.
rid of them.
yeah,
you-
like
it's
the little
your
fun
favorite-
size.
Yeah, it's your
Yeah,
favorite one.
It's my favorite one, and I don't even think
Yeah.
it's close.
More than a Reese's?
The Snickers came after the Milky Way. I think
19
Milky Way paved the way, dude. Milky Way walked so Snickers could
It's
run.
the most unoriginal thing that you named it after the. Oh, do you want to eat my moon Skittles? Why don't you come up with your own name? That's not. You can't. Snickers is a great that's a
Oh.
name that's made up.
I'm just shocked at the reaction that Aaron has
Hey,
had.
would you like a Jupiter? It tastes like banana. Like you're.
I've never seen Aaron so fired up my whole life.
I've never
Oh,
seen
man.
someone even
Scared me.
think about Milky Ways like that.
I love a Milky Way.
I mean,
dude.
I need to try
I'm
one.
not a fan of the dark chocolate one. They try to mix it up. I'm just the original Milky Way. They have a
Well-
salted one, salted caramel Milky
I'm
Way.
gonna look at the. I'll see what the calories are. I bet I can eat one.
Yeah.
I won't eat today, but I bet it'll probably be 130, 200 calories. More.
They're a little richer than that, dude. You might-
What are the calories?
I'm just kidding.
I don't. I can eat 2 packs of the
Yeah.
2 packs of the little Sour Patch Kids.
And a regular size Milky Way, 264
Yeah.
calories.
Yeah, so I can eat Sour Patch Kids if I eat 2 little bags of it because I still figure ways I'll never give up on all the things that made me who I am
Yeah.
and I'm addicted to. Those are 110 calories if you eat 2 bags,
Oh, okay.
and they're little bags, and it's great.
Yeah.
And now I was eating like
Just handfuls.
I mean handfuls,
Yeah.
and I would eat them. I couldn't even talk. That's how many would be in there. It's like Jerry trying to. He's got all that gum.
Yeah.
yeah, and it was great.
What about Mars bars?
I've never had a Mars bar.
Mm.
That's like your
My generation.
your Biddo honeys and all that kind of stuff.
Three Musketeers. I'm a
Werther's
big fan
original.
of.
Three Musketeers is 80% air, dude.
Oh,
It's
God.
just fluff, man.
Oh.
There's no substance to it.
It is.
You bite into a
substance.
Three Musketeers and you're like, did I miss the candy bar?
Yeah.
It's just
No,
air,
it's
man.
it's wonderful. Well, look, the inside is gray, so I don't know if I want it all in there because I've never seen anything. Is it gray?
The inside of a Milky Way?
Yeah.
Milky Way's got a little gray in it.
No, Milky Way, it's gold, man. It's
No,
got
it's-
caramel.
A little gray.
No.
in it.
Caramel and
No,
chocolate.
I mean, Three Musketeers.
Three Musketeers
gray.
is just gray.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Milky Way's
Which
got a
is
little
like-
nougat in there.
Yeah.
Which is funny that you with the when you Three Musketeers, you're
I
like,
mean-
I'm eating something gray in the inside, so maybe don't go heavy on it.
Yeah, that doesn't look appetizing.
you know what I used-
here.
It looks like it looks like insulation to a home.
Oh, they're great.
Let's
dude.
see the
And-
inside.
yeah,
Asbestos.
look, I'm not. It's
Asbestos.
not. It's good. It's all good, but don't say it's better than
Let's
a
see
Milky
the
Way.
inside of a Milky
I need
Way.
to try Milky Way. I don't think it is. I think Milky Way people throw them out of the way. No one's thrilled. I don't think when you see kids doing it, that's a Milky Way.
Yeah, oh yeah, that layer of caramel on top right there.
I don't know.
All right, now let's
I
do
don't
a
know.
Snickers. Hit us up with a Snickers.
Snickers, it looks like you just grabbed a handful of trail mix and threw it in there. There's just a raisin inside. I mean, look at
That
that.
looks delicious. That's the
That's-
best looking
Look,
one.
a Snickers. I mean, I do love a Snickers.
yeah.
Snickers got everything in there, man.
Yeah, that's
all
Three
these candy
Musketeers,
bars are
Milky
the-
Way, and
well,
Payday.
Twix.
All in there.
Twix is like the same thing. Every one of these are. I mean, Three Musketeers is the only one that's doing something different.
That's true. They are trying to do something.
And
Well,
they're-
we got like an almond joy. They're mixing it
Butterfinger
up.
really switches it up.
I'm not.
Butterfinger's like, what's
I
some
didn't-
stuff that no one will ever be able to identify?
Yeah, I don't like Butterfinger.
Don't
Never
either.
been a Butterfinger.
I
fan.
love a Butterfinger. I like it frozen.
I love a Butterfinger milkshake.
Oh,
Get that? You like
yeah.
that? Oh,
Yeah,
that's
I
what
don't
I'm
like
talking
that.
I
about.
do like that. I may get that on the way home.
Yeah, yeah. I don't love I'm not a big Butterfinger fan. I'll try the Milky Way. I need to try it. We'll do it on the podcast.
Okay.
We can have we done candy bars?
Mm-mm.
Oh, we do a
Haven't done
candy
any of
bar. Yeah. Try a bite. Like George Costanza. Who they were all. What were they?
Twix?
Twix.
Oh,
They were all Twix. I used to every morning when I would eat for breakfast. When I was working at FedEx when I moved to New York and started comedy, I would get a Diet Coke and a Three Musketeers, and that was my breakfast every morning.
sounds awesome.
It was a good time to be alive. Loved it.
I drink Diet Cokes in the morning all the time.
Oh, I still drink them
Yeah.
in the morning, but it was that and that little candy bar, and I was like, and I loved it.
Mm-hmm.
And if you see those pictures from back then, you can see why.
Well, what's your favorite Alien movie? Like, do you have I don't know. Maybe you guys already talked about this on part 1. I don't know.
I don't know if we
But
did.
You got a favorite Alien movie?
I have to think about it. Independence Day comes to mind.
Yeah, I need to rewatch
Like
it.
when Will
What's
Smith
that other
punches
one
that
where
alien.
I just watched it where the ship just is like over like in town in Africa or something.
Oh, like the day the Earth
Yeah.
stood still with Keanu Reeves. I think it was a
Oh,
remake.
No,
I
not
think you're
that
thinking
one.
about the one where there's robots and stuff. District 9 or something?
Yeah.
Oh, District 9 is
District
fun.
9 was
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Or is it Tomorrow, the Tom Cruise one? That's fun.
Day After
Oh,
Tomorrow.
Day
or
After
something.
Tomorrow.
Edge of-
No. Not Edge of Tomorrow, but I just watched it. It's all these aliens come in and
He has
start
to- Is that where his life keeps starting over?
No. No, that's a great one too.
Yeah.
Is that aliens? That-
Edge of Tomorrow.
Yeah.
No, that Edge of Tomorrow is Tomorrow War, maybe?
War of the Worlds?
War of the Worlds. War of the Worlds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's based off, of course.
Hey, you
the
know
book.
how I always like trash, like they're making the same movies over and again, blah, blah,
Yeah.
and that stuff, right? And I will tell you that I, for some reason, am okay with Tom Cruise is my free pass that
To make whatever kind of movie he wants.
he can do whatever he wants. And look, you guys know I will backtrack on everything, but Top Gun is so good.
You saw the new one?
Yeah, I want to go see it again. It's just awesome, dude. It's awesome. And Tom Cruise, how I would describe it is he's like Adam Sandler to me. Like they just make the things that they make. Tom Cruise is a movie star. I know he's still doing it, but like I feel like this dude's doing his own stunts. And Tom Cruise did his own stunts. He does it in all Mission Impossibles. He like makes like it's he does Mission Impossible. It's like it's like he's making his own thing
Mm-hmm.
versus like Gwyneth Paltrow's in an Uber Eats commercial, and that's like where you're like, all right, like what do you need to be in an Uber Eats commercial? It's like so.
Tom
He's
Cruise
not going. He's
crushes
staying
it.
in movies.
He crushes it.
He's the greatest movie star maybe of all time.
Yeah, I love him.
I mean, it really is. No matter what movie, it's like he crushes it.
Yeah,
I was curious. I've seen it too.
I haven't seen it,
But I was curious, someone your age, if you hadn't seen the original, maybe you have, but if you hadn't seen it, would you think that
it's awesome, dude. Yeah, you were gonna love it. Like it doesn't matter. It's just so it's a perfect
You don't
time.
think you need to have seen the first one?
No. I mean, there's some references and stuff,
Yeah.
but I mean, you would figure it out. But it's just the timing of this movie coming out. It's just pleasant. It's just fun to watch. It's a fun one. I got a great time to go to the bathroom. Did you do it?
No, I had to go before that
Oh.
scene. He called me and told me a good time
I've
to go
been
to
telling
the
him I got a great time to go to the bathroom in the new Top Gun movie.
What
And I don't
is
think I'm getting anything away. There's not really, am I getting anything? It's the
No, but now that you told me, if it's the scene right after they play football on the beach.
okay.
So that's that. If you see the football on the beach scene, you know you can get up and go.
Yeah.
Next scene.
Yeah. There you go. And you won't miss any action.
No.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're missing like a funny thing.
man, I want to know what happens during that scene, though.
Yeah.
I still don't know, but he saw it.
I went during the scene where I'd have Ruth tell me what happened, what I missed, and I guess they go out on a boat.
Yeah. Yeah.
I feel like
He and
you
his girlfriend.
you accidentally leave during like the most important parts of
Yeah.
movies all the time.
Well, Henry Cho told me a very funny website you can go to that'll show you the best time to go to the movies.
Yeah.
And somebody, the last Spider-Man, is where all the old Spider-Mans come back, and someone, just to mess with people, told you to go during that scene where they all show up.
Oh, really?
And it's just very funny to think about. You get up and go during the big reveal where all the other old Spider-Man show
Seems
up.
like you'd lose your trust in that website.
Well, this was just somebody maybe that posted
Yeah.
on social media on their own. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't even know that happened. So you ruined that for me. What does it say when you go Top Gun? What is it? Can you click it?
Is Top Gun on here?
Yeah, right there.
I don't see it.
Well, because you didn't go down farther. There you go. It's not on these 4 up front, so it's probably not there. Right there. Cash your mind. Read time 8 minutes. I mean, maybe I'll go to the bathroom while you read it. Okay.
Yeah. This is an app called Run Pee, where they tell
Yeah.
you when the best time to run and pee is. That's pretty fun.
Yeah, that's fun.
Or you can just hold it the whole film.
What?
What's that?
Yeah. You don't ever have to get up and pee?
I do. Yeah.
Nothing.
Yeah.
You said you never peed on a plane. That
I
blows
never
my
have.
mind.
Still
I
haven't.
pee on every plane I'm on.
Yeah.
Even if you didn't have to go.
Well, yeah.
Do you go to the bathroom?
All the time. I'm taking 2 flights just to get somewhere.
There was one with Nick and Travis. They were flying back from LA to back here. And Nick gets there and he meets Travis, I think in the lounge or something. And he's like, I go to the bathroom. You gonna be here for a second? So he's got to really go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
And then he gets on, so he does that there. And then he has to go, Nick has to go again in the, on the plane. So he goes again on the plane and then he gets up and he's got to go again. And they end up blocking the way where they're like, no, you can't. They stopped him. They go, that's enough on the plane. And then Nick's got to turn and walk by Travis. And he's like, hey, he goes, I had a lot of water. And so yeah, I'll be right. And then he has to walk all the way to the back. But within he's barely in the air. He's already gone 3 times.
Wow.
Pretty fun.
I book an aisle seat on a plane just so I can pee. Just so I don't have to get people up.
Really? Yeah, I do that too. I'd rather not have to get people up. I will. I mean, I don't have to pee a ton on it, but it's, I do, I mean, if you're having a drink or anything, you're going to.
Something happens to my body when I'm like, it's inconvenient to pee.
Yeah.
And that's when I got to go.
Yeah.
I'm like, if they're like, all right, this is your last chance to pee. I'm like, well, I better go. Because
Yeah.
the moment they shut it down, I'll be like, oh, I'm about to pee myself.
Yeah.
I got to go right now.
Yeah.
I do too. Is that it?
Yeah, that's probably it. I was going to mention Skinwalker Ranch. I don't know if you guys have heard of that.
Oh, I have heard of that. Freaked me out. I had to cut it off.
What do you mean?
Oh, I was watching people talk about it, and it scared me so much I had to turn it off.
Oh, really?
It's a place in Utah that this family owned, and all kinds of weird stuff started happening. Cattle mutilation, crop circles.
They said they bought this ranch and they noticed these big chains or whatever on it. Like I guess they bought it without going there, and they had big shutters, and they just didn't think anything about it. They got a good deal. And they said one night they saw this giant wolf coming across the range, and then these thin looking alien people came. I don't know. I was like, this is freaking me out. I'm trying.
What's the documentary on?
I think I saw it on YouTube just about Skinwalker Ranch.
Yeah, I don't know. Is it called Hunt for the Skinwalker?
I don't know. I just, if it got me.
But then a millionaire bought it just to try to figure out what was going on there. He's a alien enthusiast, Robert Bigelow, and he bought the property. And they've been doing tests and stuff. But one of his scientists said he saw a humanoid in a tree watching them from a distance, and there was snow on the ground, and they couldn't get to it, but there was a track with 2 claws, giant claws in the snow. So they've seen all kinds of crazy things. Cattle's mutilated, but with no blood let out, just killed. I think that's a. Have you ever heard of aliens mutilating cattle?
I don't think I even know what mutilating means.
Well, I guess
I know what mutilating means.
Huh?
You said you didn't know.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh.
What do you think? When have I ever said, I don't think Aaron knows what mutilating
That's what I thought you said. You're like, I don't even think they know what that means.
Yeah.
But explain it to them,
When have
please.
we ever? It's like I know mutilating somebody. It's
I think
you
it's
cutting it up and
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
gross. Yeah,
yeah. So they don't know. I mean, I've heard of aliens do that and why they do it. I think it came from Skinwalker Ranch.
Yeah. Do they show that in the?
Well, they don't have. I don't think they have any visuals really. They're just telling the story.
Yeah.
And just hearing it though, like they had the shutters closed and like things were coming at night. I mean, it was like, I don't know. I've been traumatized by unsolved mysteries as a kid.
Yeah.
And so that stuff just, I don't like to sleep with the blinds open. I don't like a door to be open to my bedroom. I
Yeah.
I'm a, I said it already, but about being afraid of the dark. It's like people say, oh, you're afraid of the dark. I'm like, yeah, the dark's scary. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Don't put me in the dark.
Yeah. Can't see what's coming.
Yeah. I want to know what's going on.
You want to watch yourself get mutilated.
Exactly. I want to know what's happening.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool.
Yeah. It's just like a psycho that just has no.
Yeah.
Because I think that's awesome,
Well,
anyway, I'll be at Bananas this Saturday, Sunday.
Stinky's Joke Barn.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, the Navajo Indian, I'm reading now off the screen, they call them skinwalkers because they're known to have, Navajo talked about shape-shifting characters who lived throughout that. I think this has been going on for hundreds of years.
Evil witches that can
there's
transform themselves.
Native American stuff where they talk about a race of red-headed giants that used to live in the country. They talk about finding the bones.
Is redheaded the scariest part of that?
I
for
don't
some
know,
reason.
but
that's
Yeah.
scarier than brunettes.
Yeah.
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 So, all right.
That's it.
Yeah.
All right. If you're hearing this on this day, 22nd,
Mm-hmm.
I'm at the San Diego County Fair with Leanne Morgan.
Oh man.
Nick Novicki will be there with us.
Oh, that's fun.
It will be fun. It's my first fair I've ever done. So I'm excited to see Leanne. And then I'll be at Paso that weekend in Reno, Nevada at Reno. Just look at Reno. That's
Paso?
where I'll be. Paso. No, Paso. I can't call it's somewhere in California.
El Paso.
Yeah.
It'd be funny if that's what
yeah.
it was.
It's all on my website. So
I'll be tonight at Zanies. If you're listening to this the day it comes out, headlining Zanies, and then this weekend with Aaron at Wise Guys in Salt Lake.
there we go.
I'll be at Zany's June 28th. It's
All
gonna
right.
be a hot show.
There you go. All right, everybody. We love you as always. Thank you for listening to this. And we will see you next week. All right. See you. Bye. Nateland is produced by Nateland Productions and by me, Nate Bargatze, and my wife, Laura, on the All Things Comedy Network. Recording and editing for the show is done by Genovations Media. Thanks for tuning in. Be sure to catch us next week on the Nateland Podcast.